If you are on the edge deciding whether you should pick Flutter or native development for your next project, you are watching just the right video. Hello, welcome to ResoCoder, and let me put a little disclaimer here right at the start of this video. That is for native developers. I love you guys, I love you girls, I love you everybody, but you've gotta hear the truth and convert, because Flutter is just better. I can hear the shitstorm coming. Why is Flutter just better than native development? There are many people out there who are still bashing Flutter for things which are actually the advantages of Flutter, and I just completely do not understand why those people are doing that. For example, one advantage of working with Flutter is that you do not need to worry about native views on Android or UI views on iOS, but you can freely work with every single pixel which is displayed on the screen. You do not need to worry about text views, you do not need to worry about buttons, how to style buttons, how to create app bars in just a single way. Everything is basically a widget, and every widget in Flutter is fully customizable to every single pixel, because you are not working with some predefined UI views, you are really working with those pixels. It's working like a game engine, for instance. Not really like a game engine, it's not redrawing itself every 60 frames per second, unless you are having some animations there, but it's not like game engine, but it's still like game engine in that regard that you can position everything freely everywhere and you do not need to worry about stuff. That brings us to another point, which is that you do not need to deal with unfortunately written native APIs. Just for example, I am a native Android developer before I encounter Flutter, and so I am going to talk more about the Android side, but I am sure that you can find some similar things with iOS as well. Just take, for example, the development of list view on Android, native Android. You had list view. It was horribly written. Then the developers of Android realized that they created a support library for recycler view, and even with recycler view, which was meant to fix things for the list view, which was completely a horrible code base for that list view. It just didn't have, you could not, for example, create horizontal list views, you could always have only vertical list views, so yeah, it was just horrible, for example. And that recycler view, which was meant to ease things a bit, was still horrible. It was better, but still horrible in other regards. You really needed to write a lot of boilerplate code, you needed to write view holders, you needed to write adapters, the list view itself, or the recycler view itself, and just really, why so much boilerplate? Just because it's Android? And then what you ended up doing on Android is that you actually put away those native first-party libraries like recycler view, and you opted in for a third-party library, like for example Groupie, about which I have a tutorial here. And with Groupie you could just create recycler views really easily without all that boilerplate, without view holders, with Kotlin, and it was just nice and simple. But that was a third-party library. With Flutter, what they did, it's still developed by Google, but they have learned from their own mistakes and they have made Flutter as simple as possible. For example, list views on Flutter, they just take a couple of lines of code, no adapters, no view holders, no nothing, and you can just get up and running with list views really easily. Another thing that people bash Flutter for is that it's not really native, because unlike native Android development or iOS development, you cannot really access native capabilities of the device, of the system, through Dart code. That is partly true, but what those people forget about is that you can actually write plugins for Flutter. You can do that really simply, and also there are a bunch of amazing libraries which are already pre-written for you, either by the Flutter team themselves or by third-party developers. and you can use them or write your own plugins really easily and access native functionality. It is really easy to write Flutter plugins, which will just have iOS code, so Swift or Objective-C, and Android code, so Java or Kotlin. And really, you just then call those plugins from your Dart code simply, and you can access native functionality without any kind of hassle. It's just really one step, but even though you have to make one step, how many times do you really need to create plugins yourself? The chances are that not that many times. What you are creating more often is UI. You are trying to display something on the screen. You are doing something purely on the Dart side. For example, communicating with an API that can be done purely through Dart code. So really, it pays to just use Flutter and write a bit of a plugins for when you need them for the native functionality, and you are still going to save time, even though you need to create plugins, which is like one more step in the development process. But plugins are creating much less time than the time that you spend writing other code. So really, Flutter is awesome in that regard too, and you can absolutely access native capabilities of a device. The last objection that I hear people say very often is that Flutter code will become really messy. And it's true that I was myself guilty of this assumption when I saw the Flutter code for the first time. For example, Flutter is capable of putting everything into just single main.dart file. You could really put your whole app into the one file and mix your UI code with your logic, with getting the data from the database. You can basically smash everything into just one single file. The solution for that is just don't put everything into one single file. I know this idea is really revolutionary, but it's true. Just don't make spaghetti code. Nobody is holding a gun to your head and saying you have to put everything into just one file. If something like that happens, I recommend you to put everything into just one file and then call up police. But unless somebody is really holding a gun next to your head and saying that you need to do that, you don't need to do that. You can create multiple files, you can do clean architecture, you can use the block pattern about which you can learn here. You can separate your code into multiple smaller classes, use the solid principles of programming, use separation of concerns, use single responsibility principle, and you are going to be good to go. With Flutter you can do even dependency injection, you can do everything you want, and your code can remain really clean and without any kind of mess inside your code base. All you need to do is to realize that even though you are dealing with Flutter, you can leave the UI code to be just plainly UI code, and you do not need to mix logic inside the UI code. You can really easily separate your code base into multiple classes. You just need to be conscious of that as you are developing, because as soon as you start mixing logic with your UI, it's really hard to unentangle those two paradigms of coding, logic and UI. You need to keep an eye on that from the very start. But it's not that hard, and you can check out, for example, this tutorial of mine about building a fully blown YouTube API Flutter app. So in there, I'm taking you through good coding practices. Even though I might have hurt someone's feelings with this video, especially if they are a native developer on Android or iOS, definitely, even though I did that, subscribe to this channel and also hit the bell button so that you can join the notification squad and get notified about every single video that I upload, because here on ResoCoder I am determined to provide you with the best app development information, tutorials and all kinds of advice so that you can take your development to the next level. If this video helped you, definitely give it a like and also share it with others. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. The links are in the video description down there. Leave a comment if you have anything to say, and see you in the next video.